I was fortunate. When I left the White House, I went back to Europe. I commanded a brigade. I came back to the War College. I came back and started again to command a division. And this was in Frankfurt, Germany, the 3rd Armored Division, a very famous division, what we call the Spearhead Division, because they led just about every attack during World War II. And these are some things some plaques and some memorabilia from the 3rd Armored Division. Reforger is the return of forces to Germany, and that was a way to demonstrate U.S. commitment and resolve. We had 4 divisions at the time there. This was bringing 6 more in as a deterrent to that time the Soviet Union, and I had participated as a 2nd lieutenant, as a captain, as a major, as a lieutenant colonel, as a colonel, and now as a division commander. All in Reforgers, and the last big Reforger was in 1988, and this demonstrates our war plan, and this brings forces in. We transfer them to units as they come in from the United States, and then we have a maneuver against another force. Normally it's another American force, but they are the enemy, and we have war games. And what was very interesting about this one is that a whole group of Warsaw Pact, particularly generals, came in. They were not only Soviets, they were Czech, they were Hungarian, etc. And we would have this confidence building measure. They would come look at our exercise, we would go look at theirs. This was to build confidence. But this particular exercise in 1988 was one of the best. And it demonstrated our adaptability, our agility, our way to maneuver that the Soviets couldn't match. I went over to look at their exercise a few months before, and they are very static, but they have what we call mass. So Reforger really was a way to demonstrate, A, we're not attacking you in the Soviet Union, but we are not going to be attacked by you against NATO and the West. So it was a great opportunity. And some of the things you see in the exhibit are examples of the quality of the training, the emphasis on fighting outnumbered and win, all of those things. And the technology that we developed, particularly in the late 1980s, was instrumental in what occurred in 1989. I was a Corps commander, 3-star general then, with my headquarters in Frankfurt, Germany. And I got a call from my forward deployed cavalry unit along the border that something is happening. That was on like the 7th or 8th of November in 1989. He said something's happening. I then found out that they truly were going to open the wall in Berlin and the Iron Curtain. And my position was all the troops along the Iron Curtain. Berlin was well inside of East Germany. So on November the 11th, Veterans Day, our Veterans Day, I flew up to the border. It was a beautiful sunny November day, cool. You could see for miles, and at all these checkpoints for the East Germans to cross over into West Germany or to freedom, you had all of these East German cars, Trabants called Trabis. They couldn't go very fast, had like a lawnmower engine in it. And I was amazed. I sat there as I watched these people, and they all were ashen, and their skin wasn't very good, like they weren't eating right. You know what they bought in Fulda? They wanted oranges and apples and bananas, fruit. And they had pollution over there, and it had a great impact on them. But the West Germans were very smart. They allowed a very liberal exchange rate for the East German mark and the West German mark. And to watch these people come over and watch families hug one another and cry tears of joy, it was something for someone that had been coming back and forth to Europe for so many years. To watch that was really very satisfying. It was, in a word, victory without firing a shot. And it was capped off by these two young troops coming up to me, telling me their story of trapped in a Humvee, what the Germans call a Stau, which is a traffic jam right along the border. East Germans coming out of their cars, surrounding them, hugging them, and thanking them for their freedom. It was a great moment in my life, and it happened, the opening happened on our Veterans Day, 1989.